Welcome to Veda for Personal Development. Personal development is in high demand in our current day and age. Many people had an awakening to the extreme stress levels faced each day when the pandemic of 2020 hit. The abrupt stop forced upon the global population had a resounding effect on the collective. Human immunity became a hot topic on all social media. Some individuals, like myself, were drawn to universities like MIU that are saturated in ancient wisdom. Having spent the past 3 years delving into aspects of Vedic wisdom, I am confident that the texts have a great deal to offer individuals interested in growth in all areas of human concern. Knowledge is structured in consciousness. Many New Age approaches to personal development latch onto the underlying truth of reality and profess it as a catchphrase. It's all good, we're all one, everything is God. However true these statements are, proclaiming them doesn't result in the experience of expanded conscious awareness. In fact, simply proclaiming statements like this without first-hand experience is ignorant and often violent. Statements of truth without first-hand experience didn't help anyone during the pandemic. Luckily, this illusion began to expose itself, and more people woke up to the reality that they need to dig a little deeper. To protect oneself from the negative side effect of tunnel vision based on faulty intellectual understanding, it is best to engage in a meditation practice like the Art of Ascension as taught by the Ishayas, or transcendental meditation. Know that by which everything else is known, said Maharishi in 2006. Once we have begun experiencing the source, further exploration of the source in our daily life is valuable if we desire growth. The Vedic tradition is the voice of eternity. Over the millennia, there have been great seers dedicated to the expansion of consciousness in themselves. These individuals were able to cognize the reality of the silence, or the Vedas. The uncreated commentary, uncreated by man, is a commentary on the unfoldment of the dynamics of cosmic creative intelligence awake in the field of pure consciousness, the Rig Veda. That was by Murthel in 2011. Reading or listening to the recitations of the Vedas helps to connect the individual to the words of God, allowing for greater receptivity to the silence that underlies all dynamism. The Vedic tradition is a voice of eternity. Although this may not seem relevant to our current struggles, the reality is quite different. There is nothing new to the cosmic creative intelligence mentioned above. As humans, we find endless ways of complicating things by looking in the wrong direction. Thankfully, the Vedic tradition is able to effortlessly point us back to natural law that has always existed. Vedic texts contain foundational wisdom. If the eternal, uncreated Vedas can be truly appreciated, it exposes the solution to every challenge and where to discover the resolution. When we look to the external world, it will be limited to what has been known by others. Yet, if we were taught by wise teachers to look to the source for our knowledge and understanding, the door of possibilities and creative intelligence is expanded indefinitely. There is a world of abstract realities in the transcendent field, and the works is more competent and capable than our world, which is limited to sensory perception. Maharishi said that in 2006. New solutions can be ascertained that will carry the connectivity and wholeness expressed in the Vedas. My personal experience. Connecting to the order that underlies everything has been a huge motivating force for change in my life. Often we are told to behave in a certain way or take certain actions because they are right or good. My studies of Ayurveda helped me to connect with a deeper reason for making choices and changes in behavior. However, I also had to learn how to change in a way that was attuned to natural law. There is a big difference between grasping onto an ideal concept or a way of living and gracefully heading in a direction of expanding conscious awareness. The first, I discovered the hard way, leads to a great deal of stress and even illness in the body. Idealism often creates stress, as it did in me. Utilizing the wisdom contained in the Vedas as an opportunity to slow down and check in with ourselves is paramount to change. This reality is where listening to the recitations of the Vedas has opened my eyes. When in the right frame of mind and during the proper time of day, the recitations can enliven the nervous system. Yet listening to them when there is more activity going on in the mind and body can reveal how life choices are wreaking havoc on the mind and body. This is a valuable firsthand experience for me to have, as it motivates me to gently commit to choices that result in greater harmony. In conclusion, the reality is that we live in a world that is teetering on severe imbalance. The pandemic made that all too clear for so many of us. Change for the better has become the mantra of many. When the thought of personal development arises in an individual's mind, it behooves them to consider incorporating the ancient wisdom of the Vedas. Of course, starting with a regular meditation practice that effortlessly returns the mind to the source is paramount for full incorporation of the wisdom. From this foundation, intuition is strengthened and it becomes easier to find viable solutions to life's challenges that are growing more complex by the day. And here are a few references of the quotes that I had taken out. I will also put in the description box below a link of how to find out more about the Art of Ascension, which is a really valuable tool